What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. Hello, somebody. All right, so you guys, we got Beyonce response to Keri Hilson saying she killed her career. This is crazy. It's about to be a cat fight, I believe. Hey, who y'all got? Keri Hilson or Beyonce, bro? I'm going with Keri all the way. Let's get it.
Keri Hilson is sick and tired of y'all spreading the crazy narrative of her hating on Beyonce because she just came out to finally set the record straight. Keri Hilson's career has been on the rocks for a long time after she was accused of beefing with Beyonce. There were reports that Beyonce got mad at her for dissing her and ended her career over that. However, Keri is calling BS on this, saying that we had it all wrong this whole time. But that's not all, because she also exposed a major conspiracy against her, and it looks like Keri has been the victim in this whole story. So does this mean that Beyonce killed Keri's career for nothing? And why was Keri set up? Let's break this down. All right, so Keri Hilson has officially had enough of the internet running wild with the tired old story about how she got blackballed by Beyonce. She finally popped out to clear the air, and let's just say she did not come to play. She recently sat down with the Breakfast Club for a rare tell-it-all type of interview, and she stirred the pot big time. It's been years since she addressed her alleged beef with Beyonce, and now that she has, the internet is in full meltdown mode. For ages, people have painted Keri as some bitter hater who randomly took shots at Beyonce out of jealousy. But during the interview, she made
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought the same thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Keri was hating on Beyonce. I really did, bro. So this information right here, her side of the story, bro, is something that need to be told, bro, for real. Because listen, I was one.
Made it very clear that that wasn't the case. And get this, she also said she didn't even write the song that caused all the drama. According to Keri, someone else penned those lyrics, and her team, specifically Polo Dodon, pressured her into recording it, even though she wasn't feeling it at all.
It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's a song that I actually didn't write. Those are not my words.
Wow.
I was on tour. Polo wanted me to do a remix to Turning Me On.
Mm-hmm.
He had produced the record, and another writer in our camp at the time, he had her write this. So he played it for me, like, this is the remix, because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix to Turning Me On. Like, The whole time I had been writing concepts, like, what would I say? How do I even remix this? Like, what do I want to? So I had lines, and I had, things that I would have said, but I come into the studio and he plays me this verse, and I'm like, automatically, I'm like, I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
She even said that she tried to rewrite her verse for the remix to avoid the drama, but Polo Dodon was not having it. According to Keri, he straight up threatened to end her career on the spot if she didn't stick to the original lyrics and do what she was told. She was basically put in a lose-lose situation from the jump.
I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there, but
So Polo Dodon, he know what he was doing, bro. But y'all know controversy sells, though. Come on, man. Two things that's going to sell, bro. Drama, controversy, well, that's three things. And sex. Sex, controversial stuff, and drama, bro. That's always going to sell, bro. Period.
I want to be careful with the word I use.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite forceful. You know what I mean?
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only.
Mm-hmm.
Involving others and kind of threatening my career in a sense, in a real sense. Like, you're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this.
Dang. That's how they do you, though.
The mistake that I made was not continuing to fight. But I was in tears. I was crying. I was adamant that I did not want to do that.
And for people that don't know, you were signed to Polo.
I was signed to Polo and Timbaland.
Correct.
Yep, in a joint venture at Interscope Records.
Yep.
And I was young. I was super young. I felt I had no power. I felt I had no choice.
Just when you think it couldn't get messier, Keri revealed that Polo straight up played her. After she spent days begging him not to release the song, he finally gave in and agreed not to do it. But the next thing she knew, the song was out in the streets because he leaked it himself. On purpose, like he really went behind her back and made sure that track was released anyway.
He remembers more because he was there.
Wow.
He remembers more. Was it days after when it leaked? It leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen, so it leaked.
And how Maury said, that too was a lie.
And that was that. And I protected him. I protected the girl that wrote it, who went on to become famous. I protected everyone in the story, so I had to eat that. And I am still eating it to this day. Because I'm getting
Still.
asked about that 15, however many years, 16, 17
It's
years
been
later.
about 20 years. No?
It's like I've worn the scarlet letter, really.
Have you ever?
I'm sorry.
His actions led to major drama, holding Keri's career back for a long time. Let's rewind to 2009 when all this drama really started. A remix of Keri Hilson's song Turning Me On mysteriously leaked online, and woo, things got messy fast. The track sparked instant controversy because fans were convinced Keri was throwing major shade at Beyonce, even though she never actually said her name. But that didn't stop the Beehive from connecting the dots. One line in particular had folks shocked, and the line said, "Your vision's cloudy if you think that you're the best. You can dance, she can sing, but she needs to move it to the left." Yeah, that to the left part,
Wow.
Beehive took that personally. Fans immediately saw it as a jab.
Bro, the internet, bro, because you say move to the left, bro, the internet, y'all are the top investigators, bro. I swear, if anybody do anything that's out of the ordinary, bro, y'all gonna break that shit down like a compound element and figure out, okay, is it like a theory or is it, bro?
At
internet be going
irreplaceable,
crazy.
and from that moment on, the narrative was set. Keri had beef with Queen Bee, and the internet never let her live it down. The backlash was instant and brutal. Beyonce's fan base came for Keri with full force, and what started as a leaked remix quickly spiraled into a full-blown scandal. That one line basically kicked off a long stretch of drama and industry fallout that followed Keri for years. Her reputation took a serious hit, and the whole situation ended up defining a huge part of her career. Then in 2011, Keri casually stirred the pot again at the Soul Train Music Awards, and it didn't take long for the drama to heat up. She was handed a copy of Juicy magazine featuring Beyonce and Jay-Z on the cover, and instead of smiling and posing with it like a good sport, Keri flat out refused. It was a small moment, but it definitely made waves, and fans quickly assumed the beef was still alive and kicking. The timing didn't help either, and it only reignited the narrative that Keri was still holding on to some kind of grudge.
You wanna hold the magazine? Just shout out Juicy Mag.
Even though Beyonce
Bro, they
never
tried to
publicly
set her up
commented
with that
on the
magazine thing
situation
just
or
now,
directly
bro.
called out Keri, the gossip machine went into overdrive. There were whispers that Beyonce was quietly pulling strings behind the scenes to halt Keri's career. Industry rumors suggested that opportunities for Keri were being quietly shut down, and doors she might have been hoping to walk through just seemed to close one by one. It was all happening out of the public eye, but the rumors kept spreading nonetheless. Meanwhile, the Beehive wasn't waiting on any green light. They went all in, dragging Keri online with nonstop hate, and in some cases, even running up on her in person. She eventually cracked, and she went off on the Beehive, asking them to leave her alone. She tweeted, "You have no idea what your hateful words could do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal abuse from strangers all day long. Enough is enough." Keri kept insisting she wasn't throwing shade at anyone directly, but she definitely wasn't playing completely innocent either. While she never dropped names, Keri did throw out a few hints that suggested there was more to the story than what people knew. She never came right out and said it, but she kind of implied that something behind the scenes had gone down, which might have pushed her to react the way she did at the Soul Train Award. The way Keri worded things left a lot of room for interpretation, and of course, fans couldn't help but wonder if there was some behind the scenes drama with Beyonce that had rubbed Keri the wrong way. It was subtle, like really subtle, but it was enough to keep the rumors swirling and add more fuel to the fire. In another post, she said, "It's too much. Please, is everything I tweet going to be intentionally misinterpreted as a statement about someone or drama I know nothing about? You have no idea what your hateful words could do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal abuse from strangers all day long. Enough is enough. I'm here for my fans. I'm stronger than you imagine, but waking up, going to bed to your ugliness is just too much. I get it, okay?
Wow.
You can stop now. As far as whatever you're really mad about, I have my reasons. It's been years. Just chalk it up to your ignorance of my reality and let it go. As for my mistakes, God has dealt with me." The attacks on Keri continued to escalate.
Wow.
Keri later revealed that some of Beyonce's fans took it to the streets, literally. She shared that there were times when people would throw Beyonce CDs at her while she was just
What?
walking outside. She tweeted, "It's one thing to attack me on Twitter, but it's disrespectful to have the bravery and audacity to throw Beyonce albums at me when I'm on the street." So yeah,
What?
Keri went through a lot, and for a long
Dang.
time, she chose to stay silent even though she was innocent. Well, once she finally told her side of the story, fans did their thing and dug out the identity of the person who wrote the song. It's a woman named Esther Dean, a popular songwriter who has written songs for multiple artists in the industry. The crazy thing is that Esther has sat back for all this time while Keri got dragged and has never said anything to defend her, even though she knew Keri was innocent. In fact, she seems to be quite proud of her work and bragged about it. A fan wrote, "The writer was definitely Esther Dean," and Esther flexed saying, "And it was a hit." She got dragged over this, and
Oh,
she eventually
wow.
issued some sort of apology to Keri, saying, "I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked, and it was co-written with Keri. Looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. I see how it hurt people, especially women, and I take full accountability. I've worked with and supported many women since, but that doesn't erase the moment. I'm sorry for my part in it. Growth is real, and and so was this apology. However, Keri was not willing to accept
pretty-
the apology,
that's
and she clapped
pretty
back
deep.
at Esther. She wrote, "You used the word co-wrote. I rewrote 3 lines in your verse, which was the only battle I won in the whole matter. But you weren't there when all this was going down, and we didn't write it together. Because not
Wow.
only did I strongly disagree with the unnecessary hateful sentiments towards other women, and I've never been a fan of the publicity stunt method, you chose to stay quiet for 16 years, but coming out now, when you felt a portion of the heat I've gotten all this time." Keri is big mad over this, and honestly, who can blame her? She has spent the majority of her career being blamed and blackballed for something she didn't do, and even tried to fight against. Yeah, anyone would be salty over this. Anywho, I want to know how y'all feel about Keri being wrongly blamed. Drop it off.
Man, that was a crazy moment for Keri, bro. I remember that moment, man. But I didn't know. She said, bro, it was so serious that she would be in public and the Beehive would throw Beyonce CDs at her, bro. Can you imagine that, bro? Like you in Walmart and somebody hit you upside your head with a Beyonce. Bro, that ain't funny though. Somebody hit you upside your head with a Beyonce CD, you in self-checkout line. Man, I'd be locked the fuck up in Walmart too.